We are at the business end of the IPL tournament, but the discussion over the past few days has not been of the IPL playoff, but the absence of Rohit Sharma in the team for the Australian tour. As expected, the social media is flooded with opinions, some of them even very outrageous. Agreed, the T20 and the ODIs are to be played in the first part of the tour, and not picking Rohit for that is fine if he is nursing an injury. But what has irked Rohit's fans is that he is not included even for the test series that starts in mid-December. To top it, a picture of Rohit Sharma batting in the nets was put up by the Mumbai Indians, and as expected, all hell broke loose. Should Rohit play against Punjab on November 3rd, it would definitely be egg on the face of the selectors. If the theory that players have to be fit on the day of selection is to be believed, then Mayank Agarwal, who has a similar injury to Rohit, finds himself in all the three teams. Weird, isn't it? What it does is that it opens a new can of worms. Players who have played at the highest level tell me that a hamstring injury could take a long time to recover if the injury is serious. But if Rohit Sharma started practicing in the nets, then the injury is definitely not serious, or he has recovered enough to start practice. Well, let me put it this way. In white ball cricket, Rohit would be as good as Virat, if not better. But there is definite daylight between Virat and Rohit in test cricket. But having said that, Rohit has done pretty well in 2019, having scored a double century and 2 centuries in 6 test innings. He is definitely a pillar of the Indian team in all the formats of the game. He is very good against the short ball, and that's a virtue that is not easily available among many Indian batsmen. So not having him in Australia at the top of the order against a hostile bowling attack would not be a good idea. Without beating around the bush, let me tell you that there is enough talk about players from a particular franchise and a particular state finding preference in the Indian team. If that is true, I think it's a terrible thing to happen. And while we can criticize it, this is not new in Indian cricket. In my mind, Sourav Ganguly should step in and not tolerate this nonsense, because when he was the captain, he selected players only on merit. Another theory that is doing the rounds is that all is not well between the two gun players, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. While I would not want to believe it, my opinion on that is as long as it does not hurt Indian cricket, it's fine. But if it's hurting Indian cricket, it's not acceptable at all, irrespective of the stature of the players. Lastly, the chairman of selectors would do a world of good by coming out and telling the Indian fans what was the reason for not picking Rohit Sharma. It will at least put to rest all speculation, and Indian cricket can be at their best.